Happy Friday. I'm Tristan Winder in the News 2 Alert Center with the Morning Pulse here on this final edition of February 2026. Of course, it is February 27th. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and ready for that oh-so-coveted weekend that is quickly approaching. Pending legislation in Lincoln could provide significant incentives to Union Pacific and boost the railroad's presence across the state of Nebraska. The measure would strengthen UP's operations in the state by providing incentives to retain high-dollar wage jobs and expand payroll during a major merger period. For North Platte, the stakes are truly high.
Our interest, of course, is what this would mean to Bailey Yard and the huge Union Pacific presence we have here, because we could certainly benefit from that as well. And every indication we've heard from Union Pacific recently indicates that there's going to be some real favorable things happen when it comes to Bailey Yard and our employment here.
It's a story gaining national attention. The sinkhole swallowing two cars that stopped at a red light in Omaha earlier this week. Last night, our sister station in Omaha spoke with the man who was in the vehicle when suddenly the road sank below him. Jonathan Inman was sitting at a red light, and in a matter of seconds, bystanders were rushing towards the truck that he was sitting in to help get him out of the sinkhole. Jonathan says that he's grateful for everyone's help in such a bizarre moment, and little did he know he would get to be reintroduced to the woman who came running to his aid.
I would love to be able to, meet you and be able to say thank you.
If you look behind you, she's actually in the blue flannel right here. This is the woman that came up to you.
Thank you so much. Can I give you a hug? Thank you, yes.
UNO student Callie Miller helped Jonathan out of his vehicle and to the edge of the sinkhole before calling 911. A terrifying moment becoming proof that when it matters most, neighbors help neighbors. 6 planets are linking up in the sky at the end of the month, and most of them will be visible to the naked eye. It's what's known as a planetary parade, which happens when multiple planets appear to line up in the sky at once. The planets are not in a straight line, but are close together on one side of the sun. Tomorrow, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn will be visible to the naked eye if clear skies allow, with Uranus and Neptune capable of being spotted with binoculars and telescopes. Lastly, Burger King says that it's piloting an AI chatbot named Patty in 500 restaurants. She's connected to workers' headsets, and the chain says that she can help with manners. It says the idea is not to survey employees or enhance a script, or enforce a script rather, excuse me. Rather, it's to give manners and feedback on hospitality norms. BK says that Patty can also help with managing orders and even restocking. The fast food chain wants to take Patty nationwide by the end of the current year.
Well, hi, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Kleneski here on this Friday morning, where it is a pretty good start to our morning out there. We are going to see some wind and dry conditions today, and because of that, there is a red flag warning that'll be in place starting at 11 o'clock this morning and continuing until 6 o'clock this evening across northern and western Nebraska. Some of the strongest winds today, northeast Nebraska and western Nebraska, where winds could sustain themselves over 20 miles per hour in a few locations. Other than that, though, it's going to be a pretty quiet day today with lots of sun, a few thin clouds in the east this morning, and maybe a few more later today up north. Now, a cold front begins to sink south late today and into tonight. That will start to bring some cooler air in from the north, so it won't be quite as warm tomorrow. We'll see a few extra clouds in northeastern areas as well, but snow will remain to our north on your Saturday and into Saturday night. Now, Saturday, still sunny for most of us, just cooler out there. Cooler the farther northeast you go. Increasing cloud cover Saturday night into Sunday morning, and by Sunday morning, now there's nothing really showing up here, but we may start to see some moisture, especially more as we get into the daylight hours of Sunday. I think Sunday morning and into the early afternoon could bring a little bit of moisture back to the area. Right now, it's the southeastern quadrant of our area with the best chance of some of that light snow. Might be a little bit of sleet or freezing rain mixed in there. So I would especially watch areas near and east of Highway 281 and south of Highway 92. This is the area with the best chance of snow and or sleet, and there could be some accumulation with that as well. More of an east wind in these areas as well, and with the clouds kind of holding tough, it's going to be a little bit chill. It's going to be pretty chilly here. Out west, the sun comes out, and it's a return to more of a southerly wind later in the day. And so it's not going to be quite as cold here as it will be farther east with those lingering clouds. So that's kind of our first chance of moisture making its way back into our forecast. We've got more chances down the road here. And in fact, we're going to look at the long range forecast first. We'll start with the North American forecast model. We'll bring that one up here. We'll jump right to Sunday, since there's not a lot the next 2 days. So again, Sunday morning, the North American model, it really waits till later in the day Sunday. So this one's a little more delayed. So I'm kind of dismissing it. It does have a little light snow or sleet there. And then into Monday morning, a little bit of minimal moisture out there. So the North American model, I'm not really agreeing with it too much. How about the European model? Let's jump ahead to Sunday morning. Right there. Again, a little bit of snow or sleet mix there. Again, notice mostly southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas. That moves out. How about the rest of the long range here? Monday, very minimal light rain, maybe a little bit of a mix early. Tuesday, still a small chance of moisture, but then Tuesday night into Wednesday, here it is right there. We start to see that rain chance picking up, a better chance of rain on Wednesday. That moves out Wednesday evening. Thursday's a drier day for most of us and a little bit warmer, but then Thursday night into Friday, another decent chance of some rain with maybe a little snow out west. So it could be another decent chance of moisture at the end of next week. Some of that could linger into Saturday and maybe even Sunday as well. We'll see. How about that GFS model here? Again, we'll jump ahead to Sunday. You can hear some of that snow and sleet in southeastern areas. So again, northern Nebraska, not as good of a chance. Western Nebraska, not as good of a chance. Small chances of moisture Monday and Tuesday. Better chances by late Tuesday night into Wednesday. Might be a little mix, but mostly going to be rain. And then as we look down the road, Thursday kind of between systems before Thursday night into Friday, another, what looks to be maybe our best chance of moisture next week could be on Friday, Thursday night into Friday. And again, maybe some snow out west, but mostly rain for the majority of us. Maybe another round as we get towards the end of next weekend or early the following week. So again, there are going to be several off and on opportunities to finally get some much needed moisture in our forecast. I would, especially if I was targeting some days, I would target days like Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, but of course that is subject to change. We're still a ways out yet. Temperatures today looking fantastic out there. We're going to be up into the 60s and lower 70s later this afternoon. Nice, mild, a good 20, 25 plus degrees above average for this time of the year. Down into the 20s and lower 30s tonight, a few mid 30s in the southwest. So a little chillier as that colder air starts to spill southward. You'll notice some cooler air as we head into Saturday. Still in the 60s in the south and west, but then cooler 50s and then 40s farther northeast. The coolest air in northeast Nebraska, where there'll be a few more clouds around. Chillier night, Saturday night to Sunday morning, maybe one of the coldest nights ahead in the mid to upper teens and low to mid 20s for lows. Looking ahead to your Sunday, eastern Nebraska down in the 30s for highs. But notice out west it actually won't be as cold, because there's going to be a little more sun coming out. The chances of moisture are lower on Sunday. Your best chance of moisture is right here. That's where the coldest temperatures will be, right here. But out west, the sun's going to come out. You get that return southerly and southeasterly wind. I'm trying to draw it in. It won't let me draw it in for some reason. But anyway, it's going to be a south and southeasterly wind. That's going to help to boost temperatures up, along with at least a little more sunshine there. Sunday night and a Monday morning, upper teens and low to mid 20s again. And then Monday, a little warmer, not exactly mild though. There's still going to be quite a few clouds around. So a lot of us stuck in the 40s, some milder temperatures out towards the west. The chance of moisture on the lower side of things. Long range, we've kind of talked about it already, but now let's kind of squeeze it into a 7-day forecast. You see it there, the chilliest day on Sunday, a little bit of snow, maybe a little sleet Sunday morning and early afternoon. And then as we look towards Monday and Tuesday, small chances of moisture, but a better chance coming on Wednesday for some of that rain. Small chance Thursday, but again, Thursday night into Friday, we might have a better chance down the road once again. And then finally, let's take a look at the North Platte forecast here. And again, kind of the same thing here, not as cold as the Tri-Cities, but kind of the same thing. Small chances Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wednesday, a better chance. Small chance Thursday. Hoping for maybe another decent chance on Friday where it cools down again. And then maybe warming up a little bit as we get towards next week. Well, with that, that's all I have for you for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I'll be back with you on Monday with all the latest. Take care and God bless.